is very great. Imam starts with this: Kana li fi ma madha akhun fillah. In the past, I had a brother in God, a brother in faith. And then he starts talking about the virtues of that person. It's not very long hadith, it's just about half a page, but really worth reflecting. I mention only some of these qualities. One of the qualities is that كان أكثر دهره صامتا. Most of the time he was silent. This is something that we need also in family. فإن قال بذ القائلين ونقع قليل الصالح. But whenever he talked, he was saying the most beautiful things, better than anyone else, and he was putting an end to the thirst of people. So always people were thirsty of listening to him. This was one of his qualities. Most of the time he was silent. The other quality, وَكَانَ ضَعِيفًا مُسْتَضْعَفًا. This is also what we need in family. He was looking very weak, and as this person has no that much determination or that much respect for himself, as if ضَعِيفًا مُسْتَضْعَفًا. He looked weak, and also people thought he is weak. But فَإِنْ جَاءَ الْجِدْ فَهُوَ لَيْسُ غَابٍ. But if there was a serious issue, he was a lion. So he was not really weak, but he acted as a weak person. So he was very easy. So he was not a person who was asking people to always, bow down in front of him. The other thing is وَكَانَ لَا يَلُومُ أَحَدًا عَلَى مَا يَجِدُ الْعُذْرُ فِي مِثْلِهِ حَتَّى يَسْمَعْ اعْتِذَارَهُ. Whenever someone did something and he didn't like, he was not quick in condemning that person. As long as there was a way to find some excuse for that person, he was always saying he was not wrong. For example, sometimes some people may not welcome you warmly. For example, in family, sometimes you enter your house, maybe your wife or your husband is not showing that much warmth. You shouldn't say, oh, he or she doesn't, love me, or he is not, kind or whatsoever, and then try to find many reasons for that. No, just say maybe he is now busy with something. Maybe his mind is worried, he has concerns. So, as long as there is a way to find some excuse. If you go to, for example, someone's house and he doesn't come to your house, don't say he doesn't want to, meet with us, he doesn't want to socialize with us. Maybe that person has so many problems that you don't know. So always try to find some excuses for people to rationalize what they have done. And another thing which is also very important, of course all of it is very important, but in respect to marriage, is وَكَانَ إِذَا بَدَهَهُ أَمْرًا يَنْظُرُ أَيُّهُمَا أَقْرَبُ إِلَى الْهَوَى. When two things were possible for him, he had an option, either doing A or B. He was always seeing which one is more likely to be compatible with his own desires, with his own hawa and lusts and wishes. Do you know why? Not to go after that, to oppose that. فَيُخَالِفَهُ. So this is a very good way of finding what to do. So whenever you are faced with two alternative ways of act, see which one is the one that you personally love more. Which one is easier for you, or more convenient for you, or closer to your own desires? Then do the other one. Because we have so much love for ourselves that we become blind, and we always think that this is good for us. So the chance of the one that we don't love to be good is much more than the chance of the one that we love being good. So you see, this is the Islamic pattern of life. Everything must be based on, first, not being selfish, not being only interested in your own desires, and second, finding the value and the beauty of giving without any condition. Not giving for then quick and immediate, gain. No. Although we know that whatever we give, we are not going to lose. But please forget this. For the sake of God, give without thinking what I'm going to gain. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what to do. Just try to give, so that at least for some moment we get rid of this self-interested treatment. So, when this is the case about all mu'mineen, all brothers and sisters in faith, so you can imagine what would be the case about a husband and wife. The relation between a husband and wife is much more intimate than the relation between brother and sister in faith. Even I think, this is my understanding, maybe I'm wrong, I think the relation between wife and husband is more intimate than relation between brother and sisters in blood. Real brothers and sisters. You don't find any verse in the Quran which says that Allah has made love and passion between brothers and sisters. Never says He has created for you brothers and sisters so that you have peace and condolence in each other. But when He talks about husband and wife, says خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. Such a strong love that Allah created between husband and wife is not mentioned about sister and brother. But what happens is that in reality, in practice, people are much more prepared to undergo difficulties and troubles for their brothers and sisters, but not for their husband or wife. If my sister does something wrong to me, I never get angry with my sister. Or very hardly I get angry. Because I say, it's my sister. We have the same, father, the same mother, our flesh and blood, everything is the same. So really, you don't much get hurt when your sister or brother do you something. I'm not denying that, but it's very unlikely. So even if they do something, you take it in a good way. You never try to give it bad kind of interpretation. Much more than this must be between a husband and wife. I don't want to weaken the relation between brothers and sisters. I'm saying that this must be even more closer and intimate. So whatever is done by my wife or my husband, I shouldn't take it that much seriously and always finding some bad and negative interpretation of that. First of all,